Mr. Paulson, what is your opinion of the recent Supreme Court decision regarding the liberalization of obscenity?
Who are we to judge what is? After all, in a mature society, we should be free to make editors and publishers and wash out their mouths with soap.
How do you stand on the question of welfare?
Why should our taxes go to those that outside and get a job?
And what is your feeling on this terrible problem of Vietnam?
I think this country, this great country of ours, has any need to apologize for anything. We should make every effort to convince those VCs won't listen to reason or killing. Bomb them back into the Stone Age.
One last question, Mr. Paulson. A great many people have charged you with talking out of both sides of your mouth at the same time. Would you care to comment on this?
No.
It's the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour with guest stars Glen, Campbell, the Craters, Lee French, Matt Paulson, the Jimmy Joy Singers, the Ron Poindexter Dancers, and Nelson Riddle and his orchestra.
La da da da. Okay, Johnny, are you ready for your lesson? I am ready. Good. First slide, please. Now, Johnny, the big house holds more people than the little house. Which one costs more? The big house. Very good. Okay. Next, please. Now, Johnny, the big suitcase holds more things than the little suitcase. Which one costs more? The big suitcase. Very good. Okay. Okay. Next, please. Now, Johnny, the big refrigerator has more cubic feet than the little refrigerator. Which one costs more? The big refrigerator. Very good. Very easy. Johnny, next slide, please. Okay, Johnny. The big Volkswagen station wagon holds more people, carries more things, and has twice as much cubic feet than the little station wagon. Now, which one costs more? The big Volkswagen. No, Johnny. No. 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 The big Volkswagen costs much less. I don't understand. I don't understand either. It's all right.
From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, meet the Smothers Brothers.
It's a glorious, wonderful, beautiful world that we live in. Full of roses and tulips and sunshine and heather and love. It's a glorious, wonderful, beautiful world that we breathe in. Full of ice cream and fun and the valleys and skies up above. Skies up above. I love the pine trees, the hillsides and rivers, the bees and the butterflies, robins and sparrows, the sun and the stars and the clouds and the breezes. I love the light of the moon. It's a glorious, wonderful, beautiful world that we live in. Sing, come on. Full of... All right, cut. Cut. Now, I told you, you do this thing once more during the show, and you've had it. Now, why aren't you singing?
Because I think I don't like the song. It's a phony song.
Why? Why is it a phony song?
It's not a beautiful, wonderful... It's a phony world we live in.
Why?
Because we don't live in a wonderful, beautiful world with... It's a fake-filled world, a phony world.
Come on,
we live in a phony world.
Now, come on, now be serious.
When was the last time you saw a real flower? Because they're all plastic. Everything is plastic and styrofoam.
Tommy, there are plenty.
Things.
There are plenty of real flowers. Just look out the window.
It's not a real window. And that's not a wall back. That's not a real wall. That's a flat with phony plastic braces holding the thing up. Everything is phony. Mark Twain was right when he said, the only things you can be sure of in this life are death and taxes.
Dorothy Parker said that.
Shows you what a big phony Mark Twain was. Going around saying other people's sayings.
Mark Twain was not a phony.
What? Then why did he change his name?
Tommy, what difference does it make if he changed his name or not? He was a real person, and that's the important thing. People are real.
Then what about a girl that I went out with? She was phony the other day. She was phony.
Why?
She even wore a paper dress.
That's not phony, that's Maud.
She wore a copy of the Times, and she wouldn't let me hold her or anything. She let me read her, but it was boring news.
Why?
It was last week's paper.
Oh, now, come on. There's nothing wrong with wearing paper dresses. They're inexpensive, they're easy to wear, and they're very easy to dispose of.
You think it, every time she takes it off, she has to wet her thumb. That ain't so bad, though, when you think about it.
Now, wait a minute. Now, maybe her clothes were phony, but I bet you she was a real nice girl.
No, she was not. She was a nice phony girl. Phony eyelashes, phony hair, phony nose, a couple of other phony things, too.
What were they?
Oh, a couple of things.
What things?
I don't want to talk about it.
Come on, you started it. Now, come out with it. You said you had a couple phony... What? What was phony about the girl?
Well, let me put it this way for you, okay?
Okay.
If she went to the YMCA and took a shower, no one would notice.
I don't know where you get these stupid ideas.
That was a kind of a joke that deserved applause. Yeah, the YMCA. I'd like to do that one again.
Hey, where do you get these stupid, silly jokes, these stupid ideas of yours?
From Mom.
Well, how could you possibly get them from Mother?
Because she's phony.
She's not phony. She's a genuine, real person.
She's phony. She doesn't have an honest bone in her body. She's
Our
phony.
mom is totally honest. She's a totally honest woman.
You?
Now, just name one thing that came out of Mom that was phony. Come on.
You.
Name one.
You! That's 2 in a row.
Okay.
So
You're getting very cynical, Tom. I think something's wrong with you.
Well, I'd rather be...
I'm worried about you.
You
keep coming out with these cynical, irrational things.
I'd rather be cynical than be like you, a phony.
I'm not... What do you mean I'm
My
phony?
brother comes out every night on the show and he says, "Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It sure is nice to be here." And you don't mean that, because you don't like being here. You'd rather be racing, you'd rather be doing something, but still, you always come out and say, "Good evening, it's really nice to be here."
That's because
Big phony.
I'm not a phony. I have a responsibility to this show and to CBS.
I have my integrity, and no phony tells me what to do. I know where it's at, and
No
I tell
phony.
the
I
truth.
suppose you're going to say that CBS is phony, huh?
I'm not afraid to tell it as it is.
Okay, go ahead. Just remember, though, before you say it, before you call CBS a phony, they told me they'd cancel the show if you said that. So go ahead. CBS is a phony. Go ahead. Say it, Mr. Honesty.
Don't you say I'm no cop-out.
Good, good. You just go ahead and say it.
Don't you think I won't? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sure is nice to be here.
Beautiful world that we live in, full of roses and tulips and sunshine and heather and love.
Thank you very much. Tonight we're going to feature 4 young ladies on the show.
And you probably saw them a few years ago on the Danny Kaye show when they looked like this.
They're still very charming, lovely, and very, very talented, but they've grown up a little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Clingers.
This Who is it?
May I talk to you a second, ma'am?
Speak.
I am making, ma'am, a cigarette survey.
And I'm making a chocolate cake.
No, but
Yes?
I'd like you to try a cool cigarette,
Oh,
ma'am.
I really don't have the time.
No, please go on. Just light up one.
Oh, all right. Okay, I tried it. Bye.
No, just a moment, man. Tell me how it compares to your regular brand, please.
Tastes cooler. Very nice.
You like it?
Yes, fine, really.
Ma'am, did you notice that Cool's now come in the new long size?
It is longer, isn't it? Thanks a million.
You like the taste of Cool filter longs, and you seem to go for the new long size. Now tell me, ma'am, would you actually, buy a pack?
Yes, I like everything about it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Oh, yoo-hoo. By the way, before you go, could you leave me the rest of that pack?
Cool Filter Longs, the only long-size cigarette with a taste of extra coolness.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the election only 2 days away, we cannot stress the importance of your exercising your individual franchise to vote.
And with this...
Keep it up, Tom. You're doing great.
Pull that caterpillar right off your upper lip. And with this in mind, we give you the next President of the United States, our own Patrick Layton Paulson.
Thank you. In a few days, the voters will go to the polls and elect a man to ruin the country. I mean, run the country. All the other candidates are making 11th hour appeals seeking a convincing mandate from the people. And the people are making 11th hour appeals for a convincing candidate. The polls show Nixon leading both Humphrey and Wallace with 14% undecided and 36% disgusted. Various voting systems will be used in this election. First, there's the plain old X on the ballot. Then there's voting by machine. And this year, many of you have indicated you will use yet another method, the eeny, meeny, miny, moe system. I have here an open letter to the other candidates in this election. To Herbert Humphrey, why do you keep predicting that you're going to do the same thing that Harry Truman did to Tom Dewey in 1948? This is 1968, Herbert, so you better forget about Dewey and worry about Nixon and Wallace. The next part is addressed to Richard Nixon. Since you've been running out in front for so long, why not change your image by turning around and running backwards for a while? That way, at least we'll get a different view of you. But finally a message for George Wallace. I commend you for your efforts in promoting racial unity. Never before has one man done so much to unite the American Negro. With the election only 2 days off, this, of course, is my last chance to talk to you straight as a person rather than a performer, and to tell you how I really feel. I feel proud to live in a country where the people are not afraid to laugh at themselves, a country where political satire such as this is at least tolerated by the government, if not the television networks. I'm honored by the fact that many thousands of you have indicated in the public opinion polls that you really do plan to vote for me. But please don't waste your vote if there really is a candidate that you can support. I hope you will look for a candidate who offers the best hope for world peace and a man who is interested in equality and justice along with law and order. And so as the campaign draws to a close, I want to remind you that many of my opponents will attempt to sway you with emotional appeals. That's not for me. I never resort to such tactics. I wouldn't think of a thing like that. Let's stick to the issues in this campaign without benefit of emotionalism. Pay no attention to my distinguished war record. I want you to disregard the fact that I've invested my life savings in this campaign. And that the entire future of my poor family hangs on the outcome. Please do not be influenced by the fact that I've never won anything before, that I've never held any high office like my opponents, and that I need to win so that my kids can have a daddy they can be proud of. Forget all that and look at me as a symbol. I know that people realize my campaign is just a joke. They really don't want me to become president. So look me in the eye and tell me you won't waste your vote on me, America. The important thing... The important thing when you walk into that voting booth to select your president is to forget the emotionalism and the flag waving. Just remember one thing. Just remember which candidate stood up for America. So it's your decision now. I won't try to make it for you. And God bless America. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean white with foam.
Soft.
Too hard.
Too hard.
Too soft.
Too hard.
People shopping for a new mattress usually want two things, firmness and comfort.
Too soft.
The problem is finding both qualities in one mattress. Some mattresses are park bench hard,
Too hard.
while other mattresses you think are really comfortable are much too soft.
Too soft.
Too soft.
Luckily, there is one mattress that's firm without being hard and comfortable without being soft. The Sealy Posturepedic. Posturepedic is the mattress designed in cooperation with leading orthopedic surgeons for firm support. Posturepedic promises no morning backache from sleeping on a too soft mattress and no park bench feeling from sleeping on a too hard mattress. The one and only Posturepedic, made only by Sealy.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a friend of ours.
Tommy's a comedy show. Smile. Loosen up. Come on, loosen up. Come on. There you are.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce a friend of ours who hosted our summer show and did so well that this coming January,
Let me guess.
he's going to have a show of his own on CBS called The Glen Campbell Show. Harry.
Tommy and I, really, we wish Glenn a lot of luck on it because he's really a fine guy. And right now he's currently making a movie with John Wayne called True Grit. We're very happy to have him on our show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is with his 5 o'clock shadow, Mr. Glen Campbell.
For the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. I hear you singing in the wire, I can hear you through the Wichita lineman is still on the line. vacation, but it don't look like rain. And if it snows, that stretch down south won't ever stand the strain. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. But the Wichita line is still on the line. And I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time. But the Wichita lineman, yes, he's still on the
Hey, that was just great, Glenn, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Dick. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Glenn. How are you?
Say
Very
something,
good, very
Tom.
good.
You know, as most of you know, I was involved in the Summer Brothers Smothers show that Glenn Campbell starred in, and I'm really proud of the fact and the great job that you did on that show.
Well, thank you, Tom. And you know, being on the summer show was one of the most exciting things that I've ever done in my life.
That's a lie, but I'll accept that.
Well, I saw Glenn on the show. I saw you many
So
times,
good.
Glenn, and you were absolutely perfect on that show.
What is all that stuff all over your face?
Well, it's for a scene in the movie. I come in and I'm kind of road weary and hadn't shaven for a year or so.
In all the weeks that Glenn was on the show, there's been one thing I've been wanting to do. It's been driving me crazy, and I've got to do it. It's just been driving me crazy, Glenn. Give me a break. Let me do this thing. I want to do it so badly
Well, what's
all the
that,
time.
Tom? What?
This.
You done it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Hang it out.
Let's sing.
I can't sing unless I feel right.
You don't feel right?
No, I can't sing good unless I'm looking neat.
You want me to help you neaten up?
Yeah, would you? I'd sure like to get neatened up before I sing a song.
Okay, then I'll neaten up before you sing your song.
All right.
Okay.
Go. Sing it, you're ready. 1, 2, 3. Ho! They call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. If you'll slip me some cash, then I'll augment your stash with some good old Mountain Dew. Well, I got a paw that lives down in Arkansas, where it runs off a gallon or two. Go, Tom.
And the smog in L.A. smells like good old ocean spray. Next perfume from that good old Mountain Dew. All together.
Oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it are few. If you'll slip me some cash, then I'll augment your stash with some good old Mountain Dew. Sing it, Dick.
My sister Mag's in a brand new bag, so I said, hey, Mag, what'd do?
She wouldn't make a sound, she just lay there on the ground with some head full of good old Mountain Dew. Go,
Take it,
Tom.
Tom.
I didn't know you could suck on that thing like that.
Suck on it.
you're doing this show, I'm gonna slow down and take off my shoes. Now sit and relax with a handy-dandy pack of that good old Mountain Dew. 2, 3, oh, they call it that good old Mountain Dew. And them that refuse it are few. I'll shut up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew.
We'll be right back with Glen Campbell, the Clingers, replayed with Campbell on the second half of the Smothers Comedy Brothers Hour.
Here's good news for particular people. People who demand both good taste and mildness from their cigarette. The newest U.S. government figures show Pall Mall Gold lower in tar than ever before. Lower in tar than the best-selling Filter King. You make out better at both ends with Big Tip Pall Mall Gold. Tastier, milder. Pall Mall Menthol, too.
Hello, ladies. Once again, it's time to Share a Little Tea with Goldie, a program designed to keep you above what's happening. Join us as we share a little tea with Goldie.
Hi, ladies. Hi. Once again, it's time to get above what's happening. As you remember the last time we got together, I told you we'd be talking about how to get rid of those unsightly, unwanted roaches in your home. But you ladies were really on top of it, and you figured it out for yourselves. And I want to thank all for sending me all your old roaches. I certainly enjoyed them. They're really cute little fellas. Oh, here's a letter from one of our listeners out there. This comes from Mrs. Armando Smith of Newton, Iowa. And Mrs. Smith writes, Dear Goldie, with elections coming up next week, I'm confused as to the candidate to vote for. They all seem the same. Can you help? Well, Mrs. Smith, I can't make up your mind for you, but there's something you can do to help get your head straight. You just go into a dark room by yourself, take off all of your clothes, and shout your favorite candidate's name real loud 3 times. Now, if you don't feel stupid after that, he's your man. Now, let's find out what's cooking. We know that most of you ladies are just too busy during the day to keep up with the news, since it usually comes at meal times. So we found a way to put the news in your head and the food in your face at the same time. Today, we'll be baking whole wheat raisin bread. And we'll be needing for that some whole wheat stone ground flour, some eggs, water, honey, yeast, a little oil, raisins, a loaf pan, some stove, and a heat. Now, to start with, let's just add some active yeast, like that, and a little passive warm water. And we'll put in a little honey in there to just get the action going. You know, that sweetener really helps it. Oh, ladies, I can hear those little yeasties in there just bubbling away. Oh, ladies, you know, you're going to love baking whole wheat bread. At this point, we can just add a couple of eggs to the mixture. Oh, the news department's really on the ball. Look at that. Dateline, Hollywood. Movie producer Milton Katz, maker of the famous Beach Party movies, has announced that his latest film will deal with contemporary religious and social values. Details inside. The name of the film, Renegade Nuns on Wheels. Well, we'll just put in an... Oh, they're really into it, aren't they? For the latest developments concerning the Paris peace talks, see inside. Well, that figures. Now, ladies, at this point, we can just add enough whole wheat flour to this mixture to make the dough very soft and pliable. You know, ladies, this is so much fun. Don't just think of this as plain old dough. Think of it as adult Play-Doh. Get into it, ladies. Feel it. Mush around in it. Oh, these little yeasts are alive, and your bread loves you. Oh, love your bread, ladies. Let your bread love you. Oh, you know, when your bread gets to the right stage, just put it into a warm place and let it rise to this stage right here. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's beautiful. Now at this point we can add a few raisins to our mixture. Oh, look at this. Aren't they sharp in the news department? From California, the labor news. I almost missed this one. In the San Joaquin Valley today, striking grape pickers urge the public to continue their boycott of grapes and grape products. Well, let's just make this a plain whole wheat loaf. You know, ladies, do you ever find yourself in a nervous state, yelling at the kids? Well, don't take out your aggressions and hostilities on your husband and family. Take it out on your bread. Knead your bread. Your bread needs to be kneaded. Your knees need to be kneaded. You need to be kneaded. You ever feel like punching someone out? Punch your bread. Your bread loves to be punched. The more you punch your bread, ladies, the higher it's going to rise. The higher it rises and the lighter you feel. Oh, I feel good already. Oh, ladies, these ladies, get it on this way. My bread's getting high and I'm beginning to rise. Wow. After you get your bread kneaded down real good, just form it into some loaves and then put it into a greased pan. You know, I use flower pots myself. I love pots. It gives the bread a real earthy flavor. After you put it in, let it rise again, then put it into a 375-degree oven. Here's one I put in before the show to show you, and I guess I let it get a little too high. But that never hurts, does it? Well, that's it for today, ladies, and remember, the way to a man's heart is not through his stomach, but through open heart surgery. This is Goldie O'Keefe saying, victory through vegetables.
Sing in the sunshine. We'll laugh every day. And we can sing in the sunshine. Then I'll be on my way.
Daddy, he once told me, hey, don't you love you any man? Just take what they may give you and give but what you can.
And when a year has ended and I have gone my way, you often speak about me, and this is what you say. We'll sing in the sunshine. We'll laugh every day. We'll sing in the sunshine. Since you went away.
my brains. You may wondered why I was applauding here with two frames in my hand. Glenn, can you hold that one? Well, what it
I
is?
look at it?
Yeah, Tommy and I are very proud to present Glen Campbell right now with 2 gold records, and each one of these gold records represents over 1 million, actually 1 million in retail sales. And the one that Glenn has there is for Gentle on My Mind, and this one's for By the Time I Get to Phoenix. And the amazing thing about this, yeah, let's hear it for him. Mercy. The amazing thing about this is that this represents only about 3 months of record sales. It took Tommy and I, about 9 years to get our first gold record, and we cheated a lot on that one. And I've got a telegram here, Glenn.
Thank you, Dick.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? You should be really proud.
Oh, I am. This is the first one?
Yeah. Isn't that great? The first one's the hardest.
Right.
I've got a telegram here, and it was addressed to Glen Campbell in care of Tom Smothers.
Mm-hmm.
I always read my brother's mail. And it says, congratulations. Sales of your new album, Wichita Lineman, have just exceeded $1 million, which qualifies you for your 3rd gold album. Isn't that great? Let's hear it.
Thank you.
But because of the gold drain, there's no more gold records. The government cut down the gold thing, but you could have the paper anyway.
Standing order call.
And Tommy and I would really like to congratulate you on your new show, the movie you're doing with John Wayne. And just everything seems to be going real great.
Thank you, Dick. And I want to thank you and thank you.
A young filmmaker named Chuck Braverman came to us last week with a real mind blower. Along with Howard Campbell, Ken Rudolph, they made a film called The American Time Capsule. 200 years of American history compressed into just 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Here is America. Let's make sure that America keeps equality along with law and order. Let's make sure our America never stops growing, and And our guarantee is the ballot. Vote.
The party's over. It's time to call it a day. They burst your pretty balloon and taken the moon away.
If this poor soul owned a Whirlpool refrigerator with an automatic ice maker, he could have started his party with up to 500 ice cubes. But he doesn't own one. So for him, the party is over.
It's all over, my friend.
Your engine is whining, you're sunk in the mud. Your wheels only spin and you can't see the HUD. Your face hanging back, you have covered your eyes, and you better untangle your mind.
You worry the morning, you worry the night. You worry for something that's not yet in sight. Your worry is rotten, your head is on fire, and you'd better untangle your mind.
Hi. Hi, buddy. How are ya? I'm just great. Hey, say, my wife and I had a great time the other night. You know, you and Ruth got to have with us next week.
I'd love to. I really would.
Okay, what can I do for you?
Well, I'd like to cash a check here.
Uh-huh. Do you have any identification?
And you better untangle your mind.
Hey, Sonny, born too loose.
I said born to lose.
I don't believe it either, folks. This is the last play of the game. The Rams are down by 5 points. This is absolutely the most exciting moment in football history. And the Rams are out of the huddle. Gibberell's back to pass. Snow's out in front. He catches it. He's on the 40, the 35, 30, 25, 15, 10. Woo!
Cut it back, you money. Put your feet up.
And you better
You try not to listen to the children upstairs. They laugh at you nervously sitting down there. Shiny blue metal lies cold on your lap, and you'd better untangle your mind.
I like a glass of milk.
Milk?
Yes, please.
Milk! Milk!
And you better untangle your mind.
I'm sorry, Father, time's up.
So soon?
I'm afraid so.
And you better untangle your mind.
Hey, you're stretching and straining and bending too hard till all of the chickens have run from your yard. Alone in the kitchen, a spoon in your hand, and you better untangle your mind.
Everything was just wonderful. We're so glad you could come. We're just so glad.
I thought they'd never leave.
Y'all come back and see us just any time. You're welcome here.
I don't care what you say, Mr. Harris. 10% of the population in this town is Negro. And I insist that 10% of the employees in this company be Negro.
No, but Mr. Jackson, please.
No buts. 10%.
Just be reasonable.
I'll be reasonable. 10%, and that's final.
All right. All right. Personnel. This is Mr. Harris. Yes. I'm sorry that we have to do this, but we have to fire 7 of our Negro employees right away.
You're looting and burning and smashing your soul till the riot inside you is out of control. The windows are breaking, the roof's caving in, and you'd better untangle your mind.
Sarge, sure is quiet. I'm scared.
Take it easy, kid. Don't be a whining crybaby coward. I've seen a lot of this kind of action. Just keep your head down. You'll make it.
But I'm really scared. Why are we here? I don't want to kill anybody.
Get a hold of yourself, kid. We got a job to do. You there. You too.
Who's that, Sarge?
Get down, kid. They'll try anything. It might be a trick. It's not an enemy trick. Who are you, then? Identify yourself. My name is Jim Freedom.
Who are you?
I'm the hot dog at the baseball game. I'm the funny papers on Sunday morning. I'm the lump in your throat on the 4th of July. And lots more.
Like what?
Well, I'm the farmer, the carpenter, the clerk in the store, the bricklayer, the cowboy. I'm the girl next door.
You're sure a lot of things, Jim.
Well, I'm Mom. I'm apple pie. I'm your dog, and lots more. I'm Jim Freedom, and that's what you're fighting for.
Gee, Sarge, I understand now. I'm not afraid anymore. I can kill, but I still can't vote.
Don't think of tomorrow or even next hour. Chase only the sweet things, forget all the sound. Just look at the treetops and let it come down. And try and untangle your mind. And try and untangle your
Torino 1969. From Ford's Performance Corner comes pure engineering fired in the white heat of competition. Torino 1969, with 6 models including the hardtop, convertible, and high-performance sports roof. Torino at your Ford dealers, the place you gotta go to see what's going on.
Ford gives you better ideas. Ford gives you better ideas.
Here come the Mustangs. Here come the Mustangs.
Here come the Mustangs. Here come the Mustangs. The all-new 1969 Mustangs with the high-performance Mach 1 and the Mustang Grande that goes all the way up to luxury. Mustang 69 at your Ford dealers, the place you gotta go to see what's going on.
Very interesting place, your Ford dealer.
Ford gives you better ideas. Ford gives you better ideas.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, will be the last time on this show that I will have a chance to speak to you as a normal citizen. The next time I will be speaking to you will be as an abnormal citizen, as your president. I did not come here to talk about myself or politics. I'm here to talk about my good friends, the Smothers brothers. In the past 2 years, Tom and Dave have given me great experience. So tonight I would like to pay them back by exposing them. What better place to start than in their childhood? In this charming portrait, note the clothes, simple and cute, and look at that pretty striped dress on Grandma Smothers. Immediately after this picture was taken, Grandma Smothers was returned to Chino State Prison to serve out her term. This turn of events left no psychological effects on the boys. Except in later years, Dickie refused to grow a neck. And insisted on wearing Grandma's glasses. Tommy, on the other hand, found his release in sports. He quickly assumed this one-arm handstand on the parallel bars and rigidly held this position until Grandma was released. Dickie, too, found an emotional release in sports. Here we have Dick doing the famous track event, the standing redondo. With glasses. With this psychological background, the boys are more than adequately prepared for launching their career in show business. And their first big break came on the Ed Sullivan Show. Their bitter early years prepared them to do satirical comments and scathing social satire. Their pungent humor was razor sharp.
With power and passion and purpose. You sing about a driving, John Henry. A driving man.
Drive on, John, you quick! Big giant of a man! When John Henry was much older, sitting on his daddy's knee, his daddy picked him up and he threw him on the floor and said, "This baby's wet all over."
Now, that kind of taste and sensitivity, other offers came fast and furious. Heavyweights like Andy Williams found it especially exciting to exchange intellectual thoughts with his brother Smothers.
Andy. Tommy, now why'd you do that?
I want him to introduce us.
Oh, for crying
Introduce
out
everybody
loud.
else. What's the matter?
My brother doesn't think you introduced us.
Well, I introduced you earlier in the show. Besides that, everybody here knows you. Not everybody knows us. So I got I got about 5 letters to my house just addressed to occupant.
Big deal. I get letters addressed to occupant too. I get lots of them.
See, nobody knows you also. Nobody knows either one of us if you introduce us. Well, all right, I'll give you an introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, the Occupant Brothers.
And who can forget that momentous day when Tom decided to go dramatic? The world waited breathlessly as Gary Moore gave Tommy his first big acting role.
I want some cooperation.
Yippee-yi-yi-oh, get along. Yippee-yi-yi-oh.
Now it is my pleasure to pay tribute to 2 highly talented artistic performers who are stars of their own television show. A show that has been critically hailed, universally acclaimed for its brilliance and its all-around creativity. Without further ado, let's bring them out and really hear it for these 2 great performers.
Be that as it may, we're running a little late tonight, so we'd like to thank our guests, Rowan and Mark.
Say goodnight, Dick.
Good night, Dick. We're the 2 dummies up there.
See how hard our show is to do, don't you?
Look that up in your funkin' wagnall. Sock it to me. Very interesting. Here comes the judge. Bippity-boo. How about that?
That's not funny.
I know it's not, but sure is successful.
Same to you, fella. Our guests for next week will be Kate Smith, Jefferson Airplane, and Mason Williams. Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Also appearing on tonight's show with Bob Einstein, Carl Gottlieb, and Murray Roman, this is Roger Carroll.
Let me do it.
If you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, you'd have a better tasting cigarette. Of course, we can't guarantee it'd smoke as smooth as a Tareyton. Face it, if you want your cigarette to smoke as smooth as a Tareyton, it'll just have to be a Tareyton with the activated charcoal filter.
That's why us Tareyton smokers would rather fight
Then switch.